Hello from my couch. Yes, you're seeing it correctly. I'm editing a speed test video. I'm doing it slightly different. I'm doing it on my couch, as you can see, not in the studio. Because I need to, chill out a bit. But I actually do like video editing. Still suffering the burnout and anxiety issues. I'm gonna make a video on that to explain to you guys why I was gone. But even I miss doing speed tests. Not so much the elaborate videos, but things that I can easily, quickly put together, yes. So from now on there will be shorter speed test videos. I'll just use whatever footage I have because there's a lot of it. Throw together 15 minutes. As soon as I get past the 15-minute mark, I will end after that segment that goes over that mark. And yeah, this is a video I shot a couple of days ago. It's one of a series. And enjoy this quick speed test edit. It's edited a bit more roughly, so not just the testing, but also the editing is speedy, but at least you'll get your speed test fix. Enjoy! The size of the pile of audio I'm about to test is bordering on insanity. But these are not part of it. These were actually €5 in a vintage shop, and I had absolutely no reason to buy them other than that they're incredibly heavy for their size, and they were €5 and they look cute. So, boxes, €5. There you go. Now you know. Okay, we have two tweeters. Let's see how the woofers perform. Tweeters are pretty good actually. What's behind these grills? Oh, that does look serious. Not bad! Properly good. Like, actually good. Again, a bit German for my taste. They're a bit upfront. But very musical, very nice low end. Really good low end actually. And the highs are pretty detailed, especially for their age. What's the model number? What are these? Saba Hi-Fi Lautsprecher Box 35K. 25 watts. Geschlossene Zweiwege Compact Box. Okay. 71. Okay. One pair sold for around $70 US. Was that US? I guess it was. Canadian. Actually, for some reason, I'm not sure why it does Canadian dollars because they're shipping from Germany, but whatever. So around $50. These are really good speakers for $50 actually. I do recommend them if you like a slightly more upfront sound, a bit more present. They do have a logo missing, but other than that, they're like new. I'm gonna make a cute little retro setup with this for someone, I guess. I don't need them. I was just curious about them because they're so heavy and they are, as a matter of fact, very serious little speakers. Good start. First subject of the shockingly large pile, this little Philips 108 record player. I actually like these because they have a simple mechanism, reliable, and not all of the electronic trickery that the later Philips record players had. And these tend to just work actually. I don't think I've ever seen one that's broken. Someone already put RCA plugs on them because they do come with DIN usually. Not the best plugs, not the best soldering. Let's see if it's going to work at all. Okay, it's running. There's a cartridge. Do we have sound? We have one whole channel. Well, it's a start. One of our test records. Unfortunately, copyrighted music, so that's always a bit of a tricky one. And let's see how that one channel sounds. Oh, that's loud. Let's not do that. Oh, two channels. Oh, I was wondering why I was moving so badly. Yeah. That's an oversight. As always, these just work. Stop, start, and auto shut off, I think, not auto return. If you combine this with a nice retro amplifier and those little Saba speakers you just saw, pretty cool. And it comes with an accessory bag. We have the original adapter, that is actually correct. We have this thing, which is rarer than hen's teeth. I don't think it has any value, but try and find them. I think you're supposed to be able to somehow. I don't want to destroy the stylus. This is always a bit iffy. Need to clean the contacts. I'm a bit weirded out by the fact that we get one channel. Oh, that's the muting. So it has muting, but it's half broken. So now we have one channel. Oh, now we have two. Okay. The muting is a bit iffy because sometimes when you put the lift off or up, one channel disappears. But yeah, we're good. That's one channel again. Lift down, two channels. That's typical. But as long as it works when you put it down, I'm cool. Comes with loads of metal works for some reason that appear to have not much to do with the record player. So I'm just gonna put these in my box labeled metal. Because I actually have a box labeled metal here, I'm not kidding. Speaking of things that always tend to work, these Technics record players. Now I don't actually like them because they sound really boring. They sound worse than most cheap plastic stereo rig record players, but they always work and people really like Technics, so someone's going to be happy with this one. Doesn't really want to stay open, unfortunately. I'm fully expecting this to just do its thing. 33. Oh, it's returning, because of course it is. Lift works. Auto return works. Now what usually does need a little love with these is the 33-45 switch. It tends to be a bit wonky, where you switch it and then it does a different speed every time you switch it. And then you just clean it and it's fine. So let's see what we get. We're going to do it without sound because music rights. That's 33. That's 44. That's 33. That's 44. That's 33. That's 44. So it just needs a little adjustment. So it actually does 45. Auto return, also important of course. A-okay. So all this needs is a little speed adjustment, which is super easy to do. Because it just has, give me a sec. It just has these little holes in the bottom. There and there. They are unmarked, but one is 33 and one is 45. You adjust the speed there with a small flathead screwdriver and you're good. And it has a good stylus. So this just needs cleaning and a slight adjustment. This is a bit sad, but if that's all, not the biggest of deals. It sort of stays open, I guess. There's easier ways of doing that. This one being a Sanyo, I fully do expect it to work, but it is missing a knob, which is always annoying. You can still use it. You can still just put your finger in the hole here and change the disc size, but of course you would need to find something that at least works and looks sort of half okay, because currently it looks a bit disheveled. But hey, it's a cool record player. Is it a direct drive? I personally, no, it's a belt drive. I personally prefer belt drives, but many people like direct drives. Are you ready for this? Okay, just in time with the bell. Let me get my box of belts. Okay, this is still a bit tight, and oh god, this thing has seen things. It's all oxidized aluminum, so I think it's been properly moist. Okay. Woohoo! Speed is a bit wonky. Okay, here we go. One whole channel. One channel is sort of half dead. It's probably the cartridge. Also doesn't seem to want to buzz when I touch the... Nothing. Strange. That's not right either. She fucked, Captain. I'm usually not one for all-in-ones, but these I just like because they are so well executed. It looks pretty, usually works well, and it comes with some really nice speakers. No disc, that makes sense. Let's get ourselves a disc. It is our beat up Electrosaurus compilation. If it reads this, it reads anything. It is a bit dusty though, so may need a clean. Check, it says. That's a lot of text. It does. Oh yes. This hasn't been used for a long time, but it works fine. These are just nice. They're just good. It reads very well because this disc is messed up and it reads just fine till the end. I'm not sure if you can see, but it's, I mean, every time I use it, it gets worse and it's really beat up. So yeah, this is absolutely great and I adore this little thing. It has a line input. If you hook a phono preamplifier to it, you can even use it with a record player. The speakers are good. It looks great. Quality equipment. BNS. It's a Dutch brand. These are quite large ones. They're usually pretty good. These also look quite promising with a nice Dapolito layout. pretty soft dome tweeter. Let's see what they do. Oh, one dead tweeter. That's a pity. Let's open them up. It's a pity because actually, that's a very good sounding speaker. I'm gonna open them up, see if anything is loose or if the tweeter's actually broken. Of course, everything is fixable. Fuxable, sure, Stan. Everything is fixable, but yeah, whether that's reasonable, I don't know in this case. Because BNS, people don't usually care that much about the brand, and I think in many cases that is unjustified. They made some really good stuff, and these, the BNS Unlimited 3, I think this is definitely a good sounding speaker. It's better than many a BMW, and people gladly pay for BMW, so I would definitely prefer this over anything that is not a very expensive BMW. Yeah, there we go. Ow. I just hit my screwdriver. Still hurts. Okay, so the tweeter is connected. Does absolutely nothing. I'm sure you guys already know this, but you can just hook a speaker up to a battery with a bit of speaker wire, and then see if any comes from it. It's not very loud. Just use a 1.5 volt AA or AAA, and you're good. Yep, that's a dead tweeter, unfortunately. And in case you wonder what would have happened if I had hooked it up to a working tweeter, well, I'm not going to do it to the tweeter because I don't want to take the tweeter out. Just going to do it to the whole speaker. There we go. And that's obviously the woofers, and maybe you can see it's slightly too low, but the woofer is pushing outwards. Look at it. Look at this woofer. Now it's going in, see? In, out. In, out. And if I turn the battery over, it's going out. Out, in, out, in. So that is now the correct polarity. When it goes out, you got the plus of the battery on the plus of the speaker. Now this tweeter is dead. So unfortunately, nope. We're still at BNS height, but here's a pair of missions. Not exactly BNS. Sort of the same level, I guess. There's also something visually wrong with them. These covers are loose. Not the biggest of deal. You can just glue them back. There's this one. This one's fine. So it is the original cover, but for some reason it has come loose. It's got some fluff hanging from it. Don't know where that comes from. Ah, no woofer. Well, that's a thing. It's not because of the dust cover. That shouldn't hurt it. I'm a bit surprised the woofer would be defective. Bit muddy. But then Mission's not really my brand generally. I think the 760i is a pretty nice speaker. The 761 is a pretty nice speaker. But generally I'm not the biggest Mission fan. Then newer ones like the M31 and such, they're pretty good. This is sort of in between those two, I think, wise. Oh, that's loose. Well, that would explain a thing or two. Okay. Nothing? What's gone wrong here? Ah. Yep, okay. So the wire has come loose from the... See? So that ain't working. Botch job. Well, the previous owner definitely knew, unfortunately. When I was growing up, there was always two kinds of cassette decks. One was an ultra budget JVC deck, and one was this ultra budget Sharp deck. And they had one thing in common. They always seem to work. So I'm curious if these still work. They are extremely light. They're about the weight of one half decent cassette deck together. And I don't mean a heavy one, just, you know, a simple Denon or so. But they're very simple, so there's not that much to go wrong. Let's see, we're going to plug them all in and see what they do mechanically. And let's see if the lights turn off. Annoyingly, they are dim because I think they're made for the German market, these, even though they are Sharp. We got power, we got power, we got power. We got play, we got play. Whoa, we got spider, not a big spider fan as you can see. We got play, we got fast forward, we got rewind. We got fast forward, we got rewind. We got fast forward, we got rewind. See what I mean? Fast forward, rewind, play, fast forward, rewind, play, fast forward, rewind, play. Let's hook them up. Unfortunately, again, they have DIN, so I'm gonna have to be a bit creative with adapters. Yeah, I was afraid that might happen. I'm gonna have to go into my attic and find a mirror DIN cable and then I should be okay. Okay, there's some test recordings on here. Let's see if it plays back fine. We're starting with the middle one because accidentally that's the one I hooked up. That actually sounds very good. We got a source, right? Let's record then. Chrome. There we are. Oh, wait, that was actually the... So that may just be a dirty record switch. They often are. Okay, let's try again. There you go. It's definitely not happy. I think it doesn't like the high output of the mixing console because it's thin. That could actually be a problem if it doesn't have a sensitivity switch, which it does not. So that's an issue. It's still very loud. How are these so sensitive? Can barely turn them up. Let's see if that helps. Yep, there you go. Not actually sure what to do about that. That does make them a little unusable. Okay. Well, playback only, I guess. Records. No sound. Song is over. No, I paused it. Yeah, same issue. Super high sensitivity. My fader is now about 5% up from the bottom, and these are only at 9 o'clock. That's as far as I can turn them up. So that is a problem. They're actually not bad sounding machines at all, and they are very dirty even. They sound pretty serious, weirdly. They sound like a serious cassette deck, not like a cheap piece of Japanese crap. Even though they technically are. This one's the least happy of the three, for sure. Okay. 9 o'clock. I wonder if they can be adapted with like a resistor or so. This one's least happy. But generally, you know, for cheap cassette decks, they work really well, except there's the line input issue. Because they really don't like that line level. And I don't know what kind of level they're made for, but something very low. There's actually space for something else here. Maybe worth further investigation. They're actually pretty well made. I expected these to be completely empty. Sound-wise, I prefer them over a mid-range Sony. I wonder how much you can adjust the recording levels. I'm gonna use the worst one as a test case, just to see what we can do, because maybe we don't even need resistors if these pots can go far enough. Let's try this. The answer is no. There's 3 points of adjustment, all marked LR, so left, right, so they're all for audio. And I presume they are playback level, maybe recording level but not input, and one's maybe an equalizer or so. Yeah, that's probably the equalizer. So there's actually no way of adjusting this. And I can imagine that there is actually a spot you could put pots to adjust it. Because there's 2 resistors right here that I think are potentially for the input sensitivity. But I don't know that. I'm going to have have Alexander look at that kind of stuff. But I won't. Probably. Or maybe. I don't know. I kind of like them. You really don't need them though. But they are pleasantly simple. Let's see what we do with this. So we did eventually find out what's wrong with these that makes them record so loudly. The DIN inputs are hooked up directly to the microphone preamp, which makes absolutely no sense. They are completely unusable like that. Actually, sort of proprietary. I assume that the rig it came with had a very low level output to the tape recorder. Anyway, we can fix it with resistors, so they will get fixed and they will be able to record, assuming we get that third one to run properly. And that's the end of this short speed test video. Hope you enjoyed it. More coming soon. Good night.